Hey there folks, today's video is going to be on the Tashi Bharucha design Prism by Massdrop. Hey, welcome to the Love Them Knives channel, LTK here. What do we got? We got the Prism. That's the name of this knife. Tashi Bharucha design, RWL 34 blade steel. My number on this is L0066, Massdrop. It's not an integral knife. It's not an undamaged knife, apparently. I don't remember doing this, but I don't know if I can convince Massdrop I didn't do this. But in any case, so that's kind of a scuff there that's, I don't know, that's really weird. In any case, it's not an integral. You can tell it's got screws that hold it together and locator pins that I'll show you because I did take it apart. There's the pocket clip. It goes really nicely with the design, I think, and it goes in the pocket really well. And the lockup is not real heavy on this one. I mean 15% at best. Hardened steel insert over travel stop, ceramic detent ball, ceramic bearings on the pivot. Pivot is pretty nicely done, nicely machined. It's shiny. The other screws, they're shiny too. They look nicely done. And I didn't have any problems with the hardware disassembling. The one thing for sure, when you have these locator pins in here, posts that go into the other side here, one thing for sure is that it makes it a really tight fit, which is great because you need to do that for this to look seamless here. Okay, so but when you disassemble it, it's not just going to pull apart. A lot of knives, when you disassemble them, you take the pivot screw out and the other body screws, then you can just kind of pull it apart like nothing. This one was very difficult, and I had to be very careful to get these two halves apart. To pull it, kind of give yourself, back and forth to work it out, front and back, to pull those pins out because they were a tight machine fit, which is good. There's your stop for your blade, and it's very smooth. It's centered, no lock rock. No blade play, came apart, went together, okay? You can see here that you have ceramic bearings, and they looked a little dirty in there, I thought, and this kind of didn't look all that great either. But I, took a rag, and now this may be the lighting here because you can see this side looks pretty clean. In any case, and the bearings here look fine, isn't it? That's tragic. Oh well, these don't look as good. I don't know what the deal was, but it's kind of a greasy stuff. It's not really a thin machine oil, but you can see there was some kind of lube in here too that was more of like a lithium grease type thing than a fine lubricant. But in any case, pulled apart. Interesting, the 438 on this inside scale and the 590 on this one don't get that quite. Obviously, this is their numbering system in their production facility, and you can see the ceramic detent ball, hardened steel insert, over travel stop, the whole thing. Bingo bango. Yeah, you got his Tashi Bharucha's logo on here. Nice, smooth action. You got to be a little careful when you let this down. Let it drop on your thumb there. But you can get in trouble by disengaging this, and that blade can drop and hit you right there. And I just about cut myself a little earlier. It wanted to bite, and so now you gotta be. I'm kind of more like this. Let's get it over the detent ball right there, and then we just let it drop and have some fun. But it flicks really easily. Probably about a 4.5 on my detent scale, which I think the Elijah Isham knives were about that too. The Zeta and the Eschaton And the Theta, fairly light with the detent, especially the Zeta and the Eschaton, because they were real. They had cutaways in the blade for finger flicking as well. So if you're going to have an easy flick knife, then you don't want a real strong detent. Not like it's going to come open in your pocket when you're jumping around doing things. But there it goes, see? So, I mean, yeah, it's not the strongest detent, but it's not troublesome because it's very smooth. I mean, that's just a lazy flick and it just flies open. So the action, I think, is wonderful. I like it like this. Okay, personally, I like this like this, and I liked the Zeta and the Eschaton the same way. I know it was really easy to gravity flip open, but it makes it so flickable, and especially when they're that smooth and they come open. So it's different than a weak detent where the blade just kind of pushes out and has nothing, especially on a flipper. But a flicker, boom, that just goes. So I'm good with that. You got a 3.4 inch blade, I believe, 3 3/8. And it's, 3 3/8. Well, wherever you want to measure it, you know what I mean. But 3 3/8, I'm going to call it. So about 85 millimeters overall. 7 3/8 and about 18.5 plus centimeters. So it's small. It's about an inch smaller than the paramilitary. You know, and of course in this aspect ratio, the paramilitary is going to look a lot bigger. Actually, these blades are pretty close to the same size, as you'll see. I mean, pivot to pivot, really close to the same size. But the handle here is like 4 1/8, where this one's 5 inches. So the whole difference here is in the handle, really, when you really come down to it. It's in the handle. Now, this is 0.45 wide, and this is 5.0, I believe. I think I measured it one. Yeah, 5. It's a ½ inch. So 12 and 12.8 millimeters, and you got 4 millimeter blade stock, which is about a 0.16, 0.158, 0.159 if you took it out to the third deal. And weight. Well, how much does it weigh? Let's find out. Man, just really smooth, great action. If you like the cutaways, then you like this probably better than the Baby Machine. Baby Machine being another $70 too. 3.55 ounces, okay? So, let's go to units. 100 grams. So this is lighter, actually, than the Paramilitary 2, although it's a much smaller knife. But the Para is G10, and it's an open design, right? Where this is not an open design. This has got a backspacer. The one thing I noticed about this, other than if we can just ignore the scratch on here, this is smooth. This is pretty seamless here. But when I get down into here, not having to do with the scratch, that's nothing there. You can't feel that. You can feel this. There is some little kind of rough patch, and if you really, you can feel it with your fingernail. And I don't know if you can get close enough to see that, but that's, Here, smooth, smooth. Smooth here. But down here, nah, it just needed to get touched on that wheel, just a buff, just a little bit, just to take that off, unfortunately. So you got these cutaways in here. The lock bar. Of course, if you're going to finger flick it, then your hand's nowhere near the lock bar, so you don't have to worry about that. I mean, you can thumb flick it as well. Oh man, I mean, talk about the ultimate slicer, right? Because look at your contact patch. It's not like you got a flipper with a flipper tab down here making the knife like that, you know? You got a full contact patch here. And this RWL 34, you know, this Loveless, I keep wanting to call him Lawless, but Robert Loveless, Bob Loveless. So Robert W. Loveless steel. RWL 34. He liked the ATS 34 back in the day, you know. So in any case, when they devised this steel, they named it after him. In any case, that's sharp. That is sharp. That's really sharp. It's really good. I like it. It's great. I mean, you know, for prepping vegetables or whatever you want to do, if you really want to do it with a $250 knife, it'd probably be the most expensive kitchen knife you got. But, hey, if you want, you can do it. Great little knife for that. Small, easy to carry, pretty lightweight, 100 grams, easy to flick open and closed. Gotta watch this. I mean, you can get used to this, you know, let it drop, but I just about got myself, so I'm getting a little shy about doing that. I just kind of push it over the detamp ball, let it drop, have fun. But yeah, I adjusted the pivot the way I wanted it. But there's no blade play or anything in here. No lock rocks, so it's great. Good little knife, huh? I like it. 249 bucks. 70 bucks cheaper than the 300 and whatever they were charging for the baby machine, right? I got a baby machine around here somewhere. Okay, so this was White Mountain. This was, see, they're sticking with the MAP pricing, the minimum advertised price, 320 bucks on the baby machines, right? So then, that was 320, and then the Star Boy, babies all over, Star Boy, 335, right? And then back in the, where's that? Oh, okay. When they had the Future, 475. Ouch. Can't get those no more. And that was an integral. But so, you know, you're back into this thing, and this is the Massdrop paperwork. I got a little bit. You can pause and read if you want, but this is kind of how it came out at first. You know what? I'm going to put the link to Massdrop here for you. There's another knife that's out now. And you know what? So, I mean, this one's out as well now. In the works. So, I'm just saying, if you don't get in on these Massdrop things, this is the Orca. And so, this is a really cool knife, as you saw the picture, and it comes in carbon fiber and different. But I'm just throwing this in the middle of this. You know why? Because I'm saying, if you don't even see these when they come up, then you miss these drops. And these are some good knives. I mean, there's a lot of just regular manufactured run-of-the-mill knives that go through Massdrop, and I don't participate in those, although you might want to because they are a good price. But I'll leave you a link. You can click and you can go to Massdrop and sign up for an account. And then if you ever want to buy a knife, you can buy one. And when they come up, you don't always have to pay for them the day you sign up. It's when the drop ends that they'll charge your card. So that may be another 20, 25 days. So it gives you some leeway, or it gives you a big surprise when all of a sudden you go, oh crap, 249 just hit my account. What was that? Oh yeah, that's the Prism I signed up for 3 weeks ago. Yikes. Should have remembered that. In any case, so yeah, I mean, that's one of those ways that when you get some Ferrum Forge stuff and some Tashi Bharucha stuff and some other things like the Orca come through, the Perpetua and the Terzuola knives, those are really cool knives to get your hands on. So yeah, and some Ray Laconico stuff. So in any case, yeah, click on that. Cool looking knife. Love it. I got mine, the stonewashy one, and you could get them with different colors. This is the blue, this is the natural, this is the black, I think PVT coated, and then the gold or the bronze, but that had a hand rub blade on that. You like that picture? Really good, huh? In any case, yeah. So that had hand rub. This is the stonewash. So if I did it all over again, I might have got the bronze because it had a hand rub blade. But oh well, I got what I got, and it came, you know, with all this good stuff. There's the metal card, Damasteel, RWL 34, Prism, all that. And then, of course, in the pouch with the microfiber cloth in here. It's got the Tashi Bharucha monogram on it and just the zipper pouch here. So, I mean, it's nice. $249. Is it worth it? I think so, and I think they'll, you wait for them to get on the secondary market because a lot of people missed the drop or have decided now that they do want one of these. So, who knows? Who knows? Smooth, well-centered, nice, light, small. Yeah, I do like it. I do not like this, and I don't remember doing this. And there was just a little bit of stuff that didn't get buffed before it got put together here on the back spine of this knife. Other than that, everywhere else is smooth, and I like it. It feels good in the hand. You can go forward like this. I mean, reverse grip is comfortable. I mean, these are comfortable ergonomic knives. I mean, they are. They don't look necessarily like they're way set up for that, but they are. I mean, you got this front choil area you can really put it into here, both fingers. And then this palm swell thing. But even if you don't choke this far up on it back here, it's still enough. Even though it's only 4 1/8 inch, that's enough. But this is really super comfortable. And then you can really get up and you can do some fine work with that. So it's fine. Right, Flanagan? Of course it is. Of course it's fine. Okay, we're going to click out. Playing with all the cards and stuff. It's cool. Like the Prism? Yes, I do. I wish I could figure out, that's the problem you have when you have a titanium knife. Okay? Don't wear rings. Don't have metal things in your pocket. None of that stuff or you're in trouble. That's why I mostly carry G10 liner locks because Mongo here is always messing something up. Can't keep anything nice around here. All right, Flanagan, we're going to let him go. Hey, you guys, thanks for dropping by. Subscribe if you'd like or not, but you can keep up on the videos as we go. And we're always wading into the strange and unusual, as well as significant knives that I think you would maybe enjoy looking at. Take care. You know what we do around here. We love them knives, so stay sharp.